Hey girls and guys, so I've decided to just do the video right here because my phone is having a spaz attack. Okay, like my other phone's having a spaz attack and I'm using a different one. Okay, looks like it's HD at the moment, so I'm just hoping that you don't see my little breakout. But anyway, um this word is coming from a dream that I had last night, which was from the 16th through to the 17th this morning, and it was in three parts, okay, from what I can remember, because I wrote it down in this phone that I have in my hand here. And we're gonna go to the notes right now. As you know, I put them in my notepad upon waking up. So sometimes the first thing I remember is the last part of the dream that I had, and then it will be backwards. So the first part will be at the bottom and the bottom part will be at the top. Okay. So with this dream, I was with my old friendship group. Okay. Roxanne and Simone were the ones that I could see 100% to begin with, and a couple of others, right? But I couldn't see their faces. And throughout the rest of the dream, he doesn't allow for me to see them, okay? But we were walking, bantering, talking, and then all of a sudden, we see a bunch of women running in our direction. So we're like, why are you running? Okay, like, why are you running? Sorry, there's a TikTok or there's a voiceover that says, why are you running? And me and my daughter sometimes say that, okay, like to the dog and stuff like that as well. So just allow me, okay? I have moments. So we're like, yeah, okay, why are they running? But I know that you've seen a video when it turns around and says when black people see people running, right, they automatically start running. Well, we started running, okay? But we never started running in the direction that they was running in. We started running in the direction they was coming from, okay? And I know that was done very strategically because God wanted me to see what was going on, right? So, right, I'm going to read from my notes now. It says, a bunch of women running away in our direction, and us then running the way they came from. Confused, right? We was confused. Like, why are they running? Then we saw a bunch of huge, angry, black. When I say jet black, I mean as black as this, right? They didn't even have faces, right? There was jet black like this. Black men running towards us, like running after those women. And we was running into them, okay? And I ran to a place darkly lit and jumped up on top of a wall, right? So I'm on the top of this wall, and then to the left of me, I've seen Sasuke, okay, which is the dog, and the dog's name means help or helper, okay? And a man began beating up one of the girls. I stayed quiet because I was at the top of this wall, and as not to be seen by him, I stayed there, okay? Like, I wasn't afraid, but I was just like watching and saying, I don't want to be caught up in whatever is going on, okay? All of a sudden, this girl that looked like Coyle Ray, skinny, mixed race girl, grabs my leg and draws attention to me. She goes, here she is, here she is. And then I'm like, get off me. Like, I felt vile that she had her hands on me, okay? I was like, don't touch me, get off me. So I've tried to kick her off of me, and then she's got up next to me on the wall, and it's like she's slithering, okay? Like she's on her back and she's slithering, right? And as I said, she looked like Koi Leray, okay? When I think of Koi, I'm gonna get into it anyway, okay? Koi meaning and all of that stuff. If my internet will stop being a little frazzle rock, okay? Or fraggle rock, fraggle. Stop being a fraggle. Anywho, the man then holds her and says, come here, whore. And I say, get off me, hoe. Right? I'm telling you, like, my spirit just didn't take to her. I was like, get off me. Right? She's laughing and like giggling and stuff. And I drop her off of me on the floor. And then this man, he tries to come on the opposite side of the wall. And I get the dog, Sasuke, to go after him, right? As Sasuke's gone after him, I shut the door. In the room where I am now, it's like I'm not on the wall anymore, I'm in this room. There's a girl and another one are now trying to talk to me, and I just give them the dirtiest look ever. Okay, this is in my notes. Right, I give them the dirtiest look ever. I think like it was just like, don't talk to me, any of you, don't talk to me. My spirit just didn't take to these women. Right, they weren't the people who I was originally with. They weren't my friend group, my old friend group I was originally with. They were just some girls that I don't know what it was about them. I just didn't want it anywhere near me, and I didn't want them to talk to me. Okay, so when I open up the door, because I'm trying to figure out where's my dog, right, I've opened up the door and I've seen a familiar face called Dan, and some other people walking with him. So I've said, where's the dog? And he said, in the kitchen. By now, where I am, it looks like it's my auntie's house. Okay, so I'm in her front room and I'm peeping through the door trying to find where the dog is, and they've said in the kitchen. So they've said, yeah, she's in the kitchen over there in her bed. And I see her, she sees me, and she comes in the room. So me and my daughter then hug her and then fuss her, and then I wake up and next part of my dream goes on. So I can get into the explanation of this dream now. Hopefully that wasn't a little bit too all over the place. He gave me the Bible verse for this also, which we're going to go into shortly afterwards when I've broken the dream down. Okay, so past friend group. Okay, I don't have friends anymore. Okay, like I could probably say on my one hand I've got probably one friend. Okay, that's left. I didn't do anything to them, they didn't particularly do anything to me. God just separated me, okay, and separated them from me, kind of thing. Like I grew apart from them, I wanted something different, I followed a different path, whatever it may have been. Okay, love them dearly, like always will, always have, and that's always going to be the same way, right? But it's just clear, this point in my life, it's not about that friend group anymore. Okay, there's things that I had to learn and things I had to do, and there's things they had to learn and there's things they had to do. Okay, so we had to separate. But two of my friends, one's name's Roxanne and her name means dawn, and my other friend Simone, her name means hearken, so that's listen. Okay, so in this dream he wanted me to watch and listen. Okay, which I did. Okay, and it showed that I've come a long way, right? And you've come a long way, because this message isn't just for me, right? It's for those who you have been separated from a whole lot of people. It could be your old friend group, it could be your family members, but you've been separated from these people who you used to walk with, okay, regularly. Like they were your people, okay, of plus years, 20 plus school, primary school, the lot, right? Those people in your life that you've been separated from birth, okay, family members, whoever it may have been, he's taken you away from them. Okay, and he wants you to listen and see that the darkness in this hour, right, a whole bunch of darkness in this world is chasing after the women. Okay, the women are being chased after by darkness. Okay, Satan is targeting the women in this hour. Okay, he's targeting them, he's beating them, okay, black and blue in this hour, right, with all the things that he wants them to be doing. Okay, I'm going to get into it fully, but he showed me and a piece of attire that one of the women had on, right, and it was stripper wear. Okay, and the dignity of our women has been plummeting, and people are looking at it as like femininity, but empowering and things like that. Okay, and he's saying that ain't it. Okay, those are the ways of the enemy, and people will look and turn around and say, oh, stop hating and this, that. There's no hate here, trust me when I turn around and tell you. I told you in another video, when I used to wear tops down to here, I used to do the same thing, and then my spirit, now I can't. Okay, it doesn't enable me to do that because I don't feel right. Okay, but anyway, the darkness is chasing after the women in this hour. He's saying the women need to come back to the light. Okay, me, I ran in the direction where I jumped up on top of the wall, the highest wall I could find. Okay, I went up high Okay, I hope you are catching this. I went up high, right? I was no longer in this place where I was low any longer, in this dark place. Even though it was darkly lit where I was on top of the wall. They could not see me, right? It wasn't until this koi person, the snake, right? The snake, right, that came up on the wall and was trying to grab my leg to show that I was there, that tried to draw attention to me, right, to the darkness, to know that I had gone up high, right? That was the only time that I was recognized in the darkness. Okay, through all the darkness, right, I was up high. No matter what was going on around me, I was up high. I decided that I was going higher instead of being lower in that dark place where I used to be. Okay, I used to be those females. Okay, and yes, they may have been running away from the darkness, but they got caught by the darkness. Okay, so many people are out here, especially women, who are trying to run away from the things that they don't want in their life, that they can see are not good for them, but they get caught up in it. Okay, Satan catches them because they don't know what they're looking for. They don't know where they're going. They don't have direction. Okay, so he showed me that the fact that these men were jet black, okay, was like shadows, demons, like shadowed demons chasing after the women. Okay, it never chased after me, you know. I just made sure I ran in a direction and I was like whoop, up the wall. Okay, so fast, up the wall, right? And then this koi, snake, slithering female, go look up the word koi, right? I'm gonna look up the word koi, even though Coi Lerais name is spelled different. When you look up koi, it should tell you it's like coy, cunning, right? Making a pretense of shyness or modesty that is intended to be alluring. Coyness. Okay, she had this coyness and she was all giggling, slithering all over the place, right? That's what they're trying to entice the women with, okay? Making this pretense of being shy and modest, when in actuality it's nothing like that. It's supposed to be alluring so that it can trap you. She tried to hold on to my leg. When you think of your legs and your feet, your legs and your feet take you places, okay? So when you're trying to go to places, they're trying to allure you back into the darkness. Don't allow for people or a person, if it's a person, to take you back to what you once was in and you got away from. Don't allow it. Whoever it is just trying to trap you, okay? To go back to the old, to the darkness, to the things that you do not need in your life any longer. Stay in the high place. You have gotten to an extent where you are higher now, okay? In your thoughts, in your actions, in the things that you no longer do, you are higher now, okay? Do not allow for anyone to come in and pull you back down to the darkness. I hope that this is registering for whoever it is that it needs to be given to in this hour, okay? This is very important. It was very close. It was like this close, okay, for the darkness coming and grabbing me in this dream. But God supplied my helper, okay? He supplied my helper right when I needed it. There was my helper, but I was still surrounded by two females that I didn't want to be around. So you could still possibly be in the middle of something that you don't want to be in the middle of, but you still don't have to pay attention, okay? It is a matter of how much you give something your attention, all right? If there's negativity around you and things, chatter, gossip and stuff like that, how much attention are you giving it? Are you right in the middle of it? Are you paying attention? Are you being a part of that? Or are you separating yourself like you should be? Okay, I was too busy looking for my helper. All right, I was like, where's my dog? Where is she? Where? Okay. And when I look up who who I saw, right, his full name, Daniel, says, God is my judge, okay? He sent the helper to get rid of the darkness, right? And in that moment, I asked, where is my dog? And he said, in there, in his bed, in her bed, sorry, because she's a girl. And I was like, me and her saw each other, and she came back to me, okay? And we gave her love and her fusses. God knows, he sees, okay? He is your judge. He's seeing that you are probably facing this battle right now, wanting to go back to some things that you are so used to, and you're thinking it can't be that bad. But then I remember the things that I got away from, the addictions that I no longer have, the stuff that I no longer do, the people I no longer walk with. Sometimes you will miss certain things, but is it good for you, or is it going to lure you back into the darkness? I know personally where I want to be. I'm staying up high. Not all the way up high, where God is just yet, because it ain't my time, okay? But I'm staying up high. I will not go back to the dark place where I used to be since he found me, okay? Because I can't say I found him. He found me, okay? In the midst of my darkness, my darkest hours, he came and found me and picked me up, right, out of it. God did that for me, okay? And he does it for so many other people, right? He had to come and claim me out of the darkness, and I will not go back, okay? He took me away from addictions and troubles and people and situations that could have easily have been so bad that there probably would have been no coming back, okay? And people don't even understand the half, because I haven't even given testimony like that, okay? Because if I do, people will say, you're cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Trust me. But I know who my God is, and I know when he speaks, okay? And when you know he speaks, you don't have to argue with no one. You just say, okay. We don't argue with fools. We don't do that, okay? We're not doing any of that. I don't have to explain anything to you. I don't have to speak on it too much. I don't have to hurt my heart. I don't have to like make you affect me. If he comes for you and he speaks to you, you will understand exactly what I am saying, okay? If you know him and you have heard him in the way that he speaks to you, you know what I'm saying. Right now, do not go back, okay? Do not allow for yourself to be caught by the darkness. And your darkness is different from somebody else's darkness, okay? There's things that you know that you've been through that you don't ever want to experience again, that somebody else hasn't experienced. Don't allow for yourself to be taken back into the darkness, that darkest hour. Don't do it. Don't fall back into depression. Don't fall back into anxiety. Don't fall back into fornication. Don't fall back into sexual sin. Don't fall back into alcoholism. Don't fall back into smoking. Whatever it may be, that was your darkest hour. Do not fall back into it, okay? Do not allow for somebody to come in and pull you back there, okay? It's a snake, and remember the snake, okay? You don't even and who did the snake go and speak to? Okay, who did I say that Satan is coming after, the enemy is coming after right now in this moment? Listen, women especially, please take heed in this hour, okay? Because Satan is trying to destroy God's daughters, all right? So I'm going to go into the Bible verse before like I go over the same thing over and over again, because it's imperative that you understand what I'm trying to say to you right now. Overstand, inner stand, okay? What I'm trying to say to you right now. So the Bible verse he gave me is, let's take a screen grab of this because I was rushing this morning to get out of my house. If it's going to show up or not. Hold on. Oh, excuse me. Oh, Baba. Thank you, Lord. My pictures. Let me see what's going on here. to delete a whole bunch of stuff, thinking I could have done my my video on this phone, but it's telling me I don't have any storage space. So I was like, okay, fine, be that way. Right, Isaiah 58:14. Okay, we're gonna get into the Bible now. We're not gonna do goofy at the moment. We have to slow it down, because if I get too goofy, I'm tired. Okay, I need to go and do what I need to go and do, sort my life out, and go to bed basically. But anyway, Isaiah 58:14. Then shalt thou, delight thyself in the Lord, and I will cause thee to ride upon the high places of the earth, and feed thee with the heritage of Jacob thy father, for the mouth of the Lord hath spoken it. Then shalt thou delight thyself in the Lord, and I will cause thee to ride upon the high places of the earth. Where was I? Up high. Okay? He has put you up high. If you delight yourself in the Lord, right? I didn't want this woman to touch me. I was like, ho, take your hands off me, ho. Okay? Sorry. Like, I don't purposely want to be calling anybody that name, but it's like, don't touch me. And if you think whore is not in the Bible, because the dark man turned around and said whore to who was in the dream as Coi Leray, all right? He said whore. Go and look, put whore in your Google search and say, what does it say about whore in the Bible, and see how many times it's mentioned in there. Okay? It's the actual thing. We ain't gonna go all the way into it, but go read your Bible, okay? It says, if you delight thyself in the Lord, he will cause thee to ride upon the high places. It was like I was saddled over the wall. One foot was over here, the other foot was over here. This is why he gave me this verse, because he says, because I have delighted in the Lord and I have not gone back to the darkness, right? I will sit and ride upon the high places of the earth and feed thee. He will feed me with the heritage of Jacob thy father. Okay? Stay up high. Okay? Stay up high. He has so much to give, for the mouth of the Lord hath spoken it. He has spoken it. Delight yourself in the Lord. Okay? In this hour, do not allow for anyone to take you down from where you are. If you know you are delighted in your Heavenly Father, right? Stay where you are. Stand firm. Don't allow them to pull you back down into the darkness. Okay? You found happiness. You're no longer blue. Okay? If you know, you know, right? You're no longer in that place where it was dark and dim and there was nobody there, and you was depressed and angry and hateful. You're no longer there. You're in the high place where he's feeding you. Okay? The heritage. Listen. Isaiah 58:14. Okay? Stay in the high places. Don't go low. Alright? Alright, guys. I'm out of here. Ciao, Bella. Have a great morning, afternoon, evening, whatever it may be, wherever you are. Ciao, Bella.